Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
Estrogen levels peaking. It's like she's in heat.
When are you gonna grow up, man? Chicks love cars. If you want to get into their pants, you better have a nice, hot Ferrari.
She's my hot Ferrari. Besides, I love my Mustang, which is a plug-in hybrid. It gets 100 mpg.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes!
Welcome to episode 33 of Schlock Talk, gleefully spreading rectal prolapse of the brain since 2013. I'm Gabe.
I'm Joel.
I'm Pablo Diablo.
I'm not even going to try. I'm just Craig today. Okay.
And we have a guest, Abby. She's here today. Say hello.
Dabby Abby.
So, Stabby Abby. I like it. Tonight's movie is No Holds Barred from 1989, directed by Thomas J. Wright, who went on to direct a lot of episodes of TV shows.
And he changed his name to Wrong.
And this movie
Wrong
is
with the
available
W.
is available on Netflix streaming. I, of course, own this on DVD.
You say that so proudly.
I am proud.
Oh,
It's a
yeah?
great movie.
It came out in 89. Why not VHS, Gabe?
I just haven't found it on VHS yet.
Does it have
Hulk Hogan
epic
signed my
special
dick.
features?
So here's the intro. Wouldn't the world be better if wrestling rules applied to everything? The makers of No Holds Barred certainly make the case for this in Hulk Hogan's dramatic leading man face turn from 1989. While watching the movie, it became quickly apparent that despite the multiple murders, kidnappings, attempted rapes, and even simple assaults via motorcycle, that there are no police officers in this universe.
There's a hell of a lot of security people.
Yeah.
That Zeus spent time in prison for killing someone in the ring only makes me assume he was arrested by the Big Boss Man or some other law enforcement-themed grappler. So if we go with the idea that all the world's problems are simultaneously both caused and solved by large, extremely tan men rolling around on the floor together, and then implying that the smaller and weaker people they encounter are all gay, I think No Holds Barred may just make the case that a wrestling-based form of government would be the best ever devised.
Jesse the Body Ventura's already had a shot at that.
I would strongly advise folks to invest in spandex, body oil, and turnbuckle manufacturers as soon as possible and get it on the ground floor. Now, I'm sure detractors would say that Hulk Hogan makes a less than convincing case, as his acting in No Holds Barred falls somewhere between first-time porn performer and pile of oily rags. But the rest of the movie's cast, I would contend, more than make up for this. For starters, I fully believe that Zeus is on a one-man mission to murder the entire planet with his nostrils.
That man's unibrow was the star of the movie.
Oh my God.
Sure, his superpowers seem to consist of screaming, having 3/4 of one continuous unibrow, and vibrating sweatily. But I was all in.
That man's lazy eye was hypnotic.
It was,
Even
man.
more so, I totally believe that Randy was a simpering surfer boy orphan and also a woman who was paralyzed except for one pinky.
You seriously cast him based on facial expression alone? Because it's not like he had much dialogue, but that dude's face was just epically.
I think it's because he bruises well.
But the most convincing performances in No Hold Barred? That's easy. David Paymer as Unger and Charles Levin as Ordway? I totally believed you guys were super Jews. Okay, yeah, so anyway, so No Holds Barred opens with a wrestling match, and Jesse Ventura and Mean Gene Okerlund are discussing Rip Thomas, who is coming into the ring literally frothing at the mouth.
Okay, did Jesse Ventura, did he have dreadlocks?
He had, like,
dreadlocks?
He was wearing like a Bo Derek.
Yeah, like
That's pretty true. What that was.
Thankfully, it was just a headshot.
I gotta find that the first time we watched this movie, when Hulk Hogan comes out, it was so epic the screen actually tore apart. And
Yes.
the movie discontinued.
I tried streaming it on Hulu originally, and it could not fucking handle this awesome shit.
So when he comes out and he starts screaming, like the whole screen like starts artifacting into pieces. And he's like, "Ah!" And like little pieces of the Hulk float away. It was
He
amazing.
destroyed the internet.
He didn't fucking destroy it, he made it pregnant.
So Rip enters the arena with his brother Randy to face his opponent Jake Bullitt. And while this is happening, the president of the rival World Television Network, whose name is Brell, he watches the match. And Jake has Rip in a chokehold, but Rip starts to Hulk out, and Jake hits him.
It wasn't a chokehold, it was a sleeper hold.
Oh, sorry.
Get it right. Get it right.
But this only seems to make Rip even more angry.
That's right, it's just like his eyes just start bulging out. And he gets that, if you ever watch wrestling before Hulk Hogan's obvious little spiel, where he starts breathing really heavily, blowing on his mustache. And he gets up there and he starts getting all shaky, and he starts beating the other guy to shit. It's good times.
Sweating baby oil.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Rip delivers a double axe hammer to Jake's skull. Is that the correct term, Craig?
Axe handle.
Oh, that's axe handle. I'm sorry. I did. I meant axe handle. I said hammer. Apologize.
It's okay.
Sorry, Craig.
Don't make me put you in a sleeper hold.
He delivers a double axe handle to Jake's skull and pins him to the mat and wins, much to everyone's surprise.
But like we're forgetting, like he has like this like signature like crash and burn like
Oh yeah, he does like the
shocker.
yeah, like he does like the shocker where it's a pinky and the stink and like some light dusting knuckling of like the pink.
dust knuckling.
Did we mention that Jake Bullitt looks like Gene Simmons after one too many hamburgers? I mean, he's got the eye makeup on, the big poofy afro-looking
It's
hair.
like Dr. Frankfurter took a bunch of steroids. Fucking
Yeah, he had eye makeup on, didn't he?
trying to get
Definitely
fucking
did.
Rocky back into the fucking
Look like Alice Cooper gone
prison.
bad.
Yeah.
So back in the boardroom, Brell chews out all the other executives and he tells them he's sick of being last in the ratings and he wants that jock ass
He
Rip
throws-
on his
throws
network.
a lot of jock ass around.
Yeah, jockass, yeah.
And if you're the president of a network television and you're losing because of wrestling, how fucked up of a station are you running at this point in time?
Is this the Food Network? What
It's
are we
a
talking
wrestling themed universe.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And
Yeah,
then-
so well, like, and it's just funny. He's like in this room filled with like nothing but schmucks. Like, just like it's like the
Yes, men
Jewiest room ever. It's just like they're trying so hard. And
There
it's like,
is one woman
Yeah.
that quickly gets fired.
yeah,
Take a leap.
Take a leap.
Take a leap.
He's the most over-the-top schmarmy villain. I mean, just like every cliche you could pack into. Yeah.
Oh, Brell is great. I didn't even mention him in the intro, but Brell is like easily the best character in the movie. He's fantastic. And so Brell fires people who give him lousy ideas. He fires the lady
Yeah,
to boost the network ratings.
because she wanted to have a sitcom written.
Yeah.
Which I got to agree, fire that bitch.
We all see how those turn out.
And so one of the executives tells Brell that Rip would never break his contract with his current network because Rip's word is his bond. And Brell says that even Rip has his price.
find his price, and he breaks a freaking like quartz chunk on his fucking
Oh,
desk.
shatters it into
Yeah.
a million pieces.
What was that? Hippie deodorant?
Stabs his finger into his desk, and you can tell that after that shot, he was sucking on that finger for like an hour and a half.
It was actually just like pure refined cocaine in rock form.
So Brell calls a meeting with Rip and he tells him that he has a blank check, but when Rip tries to leave, Brell tries to physically prevent him from doing so.
Can we also comment on how Rip looks when he comes into this scene? Because the outfit is fucking awesome. I'm
Like,
So when
sorry,
he got out of the limo, the first thing I said was, "Tell me he's going to a match."
No, he's always dressed
Yeah.
like he's ready for a
Yeah.
match.
red and
No.
black bandana over the head, the same thing on his suit with his arms
Okay,
all
the
bared
thing with
on
the
there.
bandana, though, it's like, okay, you're doing the Bret Michaels, but in every other screenshot, we see your disgusting
Yeah, what-
testicle.
Every you wrestle, your scrotum fucking skull.
Do you think that's his business casual spandex?
It's just going out to get some groceries.
And so Rip crams the blank check down Brell's throat, and he tells him he won't be here when it clears.
We debated for a while what that meant.
Yeah.
I assumed it meant once it passed. Cleared was a good way to put it.
So riding in his limo, the driver goes the wrong way, and Rip protests. He locks Rip inside.
Who is, by the way, the worst professional driver that you could ever
That's so true. I mean, Rip kicks the door, and the driver drives the limo sideways for some reason.
Well, the
Joel
force of his
Joel had a theory that the liquor decanter was somehow attached to the steering wheel.
He starts kicking the minibar, and I'm like, I guess somehow that's coupled with the steering column.
Suddenly becomes all like
knock it off back there.
Dukes of Hazzard in a limo for no reason at all, where Roscoe is driving.
I said Rip starts trashing the inside of the limousine, and the force of his blows causes the driver to careen around the road erratically. And so the limo driver drives into an abandoned warehouse, and by this time Rip is so pissed he literally bursts through the sunroof and immediately
metal
proceeds.
sunroof.
It's like some scene ever,
It's
man.
like the fucking
Somehow
limo.
he hovers in space for a few moments, glistening with baby
No,
oil.
it's like the limo couldn't contain him, and it just gave like a cesarean section. To the
And this dude has a 5
Birthed
foot
by limo.
easy 5 foot vertical leap to get out of there, man. He just bursts through the top of the limo, lands on his feet up above it, and just standing there with his crouched expression.
Doesn't even climb out. He
he just
jumps through,
Kung Fu
and he
master.
goes up high enough to all he has to do is spread his legs and land on either side of the sunroof, and he's standing
5
there.
foot vertical jump, man. He should have been basketball
6'4" or something. Hulk Hogan's 6'4", 6'5" or something like that. So he's awesome.
So he takes
And so, and then he immediately proceeds to maul the goons that Brell hired to take him down a peg. He body
One of them
slams.
was armed with a wallet. On a rope. I don't even know what the hell that thing was.
He body slams one of the guys through the front windshield and busts a few of the other guys on the limo too. And then last, Rip tears off the driver's side door.
in the scene that sums up the entire film.
Who has visibly pulls out the driver who's visibly soiled himself, and Rip asks him what the smell is, and he says, "Dookie."
The way he soiled himself is so horrible because it's like there's a urine stain that goes up to the small of his back.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how you do that.
It was
Exactly.
explosive diarrhea.
Shouldn't have had that
Literally scared the shit
burrito before I kidnapped Hulk Hogan.
Splash shield in his underwear to blast it up his shirt.
At some later date, Rip meets his new account executive, Samantha, who goes by Sam.
I think it's right after the fight.
No,
right?
I know, but
Okay.
it's hard to say.
Right.
Well, he changed. No, he didn't change.
He was
No,
wearing the
he's
same
still wearing
outfit.
his business
Red-
casual
yeah, red
spandex.
and black
He has
spandex.
it. Yeah.
And so, he goes.
I love how he's at the head of the table for the network.
Yeah. He clearly ogles her tits while he shakes her hand, by the way. And also, during the following meeting, he makes heavy breathing noises while she talks about how popular he is, and then he bites his thumb in orgasmic ecstasy.
Then he says something about her grief.
So yeah, put that in your brief.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't care about any of this money shit. I just want to do my charity work. That was kind of the scheme of, or the some of it right there.
Mm-hmm. And so after the meeting, Sam
No,
agrees.
that's right. Yeah, no, she was talking about expanding their, wrestling.
Oh, we want to have like a
television
sports line.
She's
for
like,
him,
we need to
sports
talk
line
merchandise.
clothes.
So I'm like, oh right, nice. The Hulk, the Hulkster Hogan tampons.
Yes.
Well, and at one point, he's staring at the chest of the woman sitting next to him, who turns out to be the 65-year-old woman. He's distracted by her.
Hulk Hogan doesn't discriminate based on age. He just likes the titties. That's all it is to it.
So after the meeting, Sam agrees to meet Rip for a dinner, and tells him to dress nice. And of course, they wind up at a French restaurant, and Rip is wearing an all-white suit, sans tie, with the shirt unbuttoned off to really show off his pecs.
Well, we've already seen his business casual.
Yeah.
This is actually a step in the right direction that he went Miami Vice for this particular meetup.
When she said dress fancy, I was like, it's going to be a Rip tuxedo, guys.
And the snooty French waiter says that if he's looking for a hamburger or foot-long hot dog, he will not find them on the menu.
Every stereotype in this movie they could possibly exploit. Some snooty French waiter. You'll get to it later, but the friggin' yokels at the bar and everything else is just totally over the top.
Well, it's funny though because it's like if you're like, say, the shrimpy little puss of a waiter who's probably offended that white trash has come to dine in your fine establishment, I recommend not insulting the guy who gets frustrated by shapes.
Why won't the square fit into the peg hole?
A square has two sides? Like, no shape has two sides.
And some of the
The circle is the same shape that's left by the injection of your steroids.
Yes.
Well, it is the same shape that all your prostitutes' ass has after you withdraw from having sex with them.
I don't think he uses prostitutes. I don't think he needs to. He's the king of the
world. He has his brother Randy.
Yes.
No wonder he's got those pain facial expressions all the time.
Meanwhile, at a nearby wrestling/mutant hillbilly bar, Brell and his two cronies, Unger and Ordway, check out a couple of tough guy matches.
It was funny because Paul was like, "What are they looking for?" And Greg said, "Men."
That looks like what they were doing. Even the
Totally
waitress, it's like the gay bar is across.
Yes. Oh man, these are really. Joel, yeah. Can you get the cap off of this Dr. Pepper for me, Joel? It's really.
Oh my God! Hand it over.
It's a manliness competition where we all fail.
Where are you, Hulk?
Oh, brother, I got it for you.
Here you go, Abby.
It's crazy.
Let the 42-inch pythons do the work for you. Ooh, so I can't do it. Give it to the little girl. She can get it over.
You gotta get the Zeus grunt in there.
That is the craziest fucking Dr.
Between
Pepper
constipation and pain.
Did that six-pack come with a hacksaw?
I'm kidding. Yeah, okay, I guess I'm not having any Dr. Pepper. So the waiter asks them if they're cops, too. And also, there's a caged midget sighting.
Yeah, we think it's Peter
Is this
Dinklage.
throwing peanuts out of the whole
Peanuts.
We totally think it's Dinklage.
It might be.
We tried to look at the credits at the end, but it wasn't a credited role, so we couldn't really tell. I DVM that
which
shit,
is
though.
horse shit because I want to fucking know about the midget that was in the monkey bellhop costume.
So Brell pays one of the guys, Bobo, I think his name is, to fight in the bar's wrestling ring and becomes completely fascinated with all the mayhem, which by this time has spread into the crowd. And one of the cronies says, this crowd would cheer at a lynching, and Brell says, I know, that's the beauty of it. Again, I love Brell. He's my favorite character. And the cronies go into the bathroom replete with a latrine guard dog and VD scrawled on the door.
Okay, the one urinal.
Flowing piss trough.
The piss trough. Yeah, let's talk about that. It had lily pads. You could walk across the top of it.
It formed its own ecosystem. It was bad gnarly.
There was a guy in waders fishing.
And it's literally that actually is nauseating to look at. It's like literally overflowing.
Well, because the scene before, they were sitting down there, and Brell was like, it's just the whole time they're making these really exaggerated facial features so that the kids that are 3 years old can understand what's going on. But they're like, what's going on? Why isn't the ref in the ring? And then there's the big Billy Bob redneck guy right there with the half shirt on.
With 3 teeth.
Yeah.
Bobo.
We forgot to mention when they were trying to order drinks.
Oh, that's right.
He's like, I'll have a scotch on the rocks and I'll have a dry martini. And she's like, yes, and I would like to be laid,
relayed,
and parlayed.
Parlayed, yeah.
And then she grins and she's got teeth missing.
Yeah.
Bloody gums. I don't know.
And she's always making the
yeah, she's always doing
sound 15 times during their intercourse conversation there.
And so
Which this movie really does have the best facial expression
Yeah.
acting in any film I've
Because
ever
kids don't
seen.
understand
think
words, but they understand facial
A
expressions.
big part of the budget went to butt plugs.
You can't get those guys to the
That explains all the grunting then, right?
Yeah. You know, it's funny. We went to a strip bar or strip club a week ago, and I guess like butt plugs are like standard issues now. They have bedazzled butt plugs when they're like going up on the poles and shit.
Wait, you don't have one?
No.
He
Well,
has
they
3.
had a whole variety of them at the Peeps Adult Emporium just down the road.
Yeah. Well, why were you there? Did you have a warranty claim for one of the products? Okay, we're gonna get a technician in here to fix this for you.
I was really expecting this kind of talk to come from the guy right here. Not you, Joel. Not you, Joel.
Actually, Gabe got me a gift certificate.
Did he give you his club card too?
10th dildos on the house.
So
He's the one who bought out the jackhammers.
Oh, Gabe sent you. Would you like a Caligula's fist?
I knew you were going to say that. Caligula's fist. So while the two guys are taking a piss, Bobo, the guy that Brell had paid to fight earlier, comes out of the stall and looks directly at their circumcised cocks. And he says, "Teeny wangers!"
No, he says teeny wangs.
You guys aren't even worth it.
And so later at a press conference for the World Television Network, Brell announces the Battle of the Tough Guys.
No,
Oh,
you're
worst
missing-
name
you're missing-
ever.
You're missing some other stuff though. So they go back in there. And then the hairy guy in the overalls is finishing the fight with the other dude. And then Bobo jumps in there, like he just says to, like his girlfriend or sister, same thing. She pushes him in there and says, "Go kick his ass!" And
Yeah.
he gets in there, and so like
Because the $100 comes out, and
Yeah.
Bro's like, "I'll give you $100 if
Which
you
he
don't beat him up."
Promptly shoves
And the
down
whole
his
time, like-
disgusting, sweaty underpants.
and the whole time, like the midget's like all hopping around in the cage like a monkey that's excited to get his like crack or whatever. And so Bobo wins, and then like he like freaking like taps into like a keg of alcohol with his one tooth or whatever. He uses his fingers.
Finger jabs a metal.
Yeah. And it's just waiting. It's like, all right, winner gets to fuck the midget.
And so, the Battle of the Tough
Battle of
Guys.
the. Let's just discuss this name. Who the fuck comes up with? We want to make this really badass.
Yeah.
Tough guys.
Battle of the Tough
Battle
Guys.
of the Tough Guys.
Wait, and he
Fucking
says that
lame.
the winner will take the $100,000 prize by eliminating all comers in the octagon. And so back at the wrestling bar, we meet several of the tough guys, including one dude whose gimmick appears to be spraying himself with aerosol deodorant.
For which everyone else in the building was very happy.
I thought maybe he was so tough he was just macing himself.
This is like candy to him.
And Brell's going fucking nuts, and he says, "I like all of them. They're all scum."
And what every one of these guys has in common is obesity and bad blood pressure.
Yes.
Those are the toughest guys alive.
Clothes are
I
falling
can
apart.
apparently kick more ass than I
And so while some of the tough guy matches are going on, a big black buck named Zeus comes into the bar.
No, he
comes
doesn't
into
just
the
come
bar.
into the bar. He knocks,
the
entire
wall
bar
down.
Fucking wall off.
And the waitress tells him he can't come in right now, so he picks her up by her fucking face.
He's like a face hugger from Aliens. He's like Magic Johnson about to make a slam dunk.
He picks her up by her fucking face while making something similar to eye contact with Brell. And I say this because this is Tiny Lister, and he's got one eye that goes in like some other direction.
Did he do that just for the film, or is that him?
That's him.
Oh my
That's
god.
him. Yeah, he's in Friday and stuff like that. He's got a Jimmy eye.
He was in the hotel a couple months ago.
Oh, really?
He was mean to the front desk attendant, and he's a terrible tipper.
Do you guys think?
That's right. Don't
That
render
is a true
service.
story.
Hey, well, at least he didn't pick you up by the face.
That's true. That's true. I'm pretty sure that's his finishing move. Right?
I was just listening to a
Maid
podcast.
service.
That's right. That's right, Schlock.
I need 4 clean towels.
Don't render service to this man.
So Burrell stands up and he says, "Let him fight." And Zeus goes into the ring and mostly murders everybody.
No, you missed it. He picked her up by her fucking face and just dumped her, like dropped her ass into a barrel of fucking peanuts.
Throws her over.
She falls
Throws
into
her
a
over the
barrel.
railing.
Fucking barrel splits its bands open. She's probably paralyzed from the neck down.
Oh, we should probably mention this is the bad guy.
Yeah.
I thought that was Brell. Oh.
I'm wondering, did they write every grunt he made into the script? Because he doesn't actually say one word the entire time, right?
No, he doesn't talk until
He
the
doesn't
end
talk.
when he's like, "And what's your name?" And then he's got asthma all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But he just beat the shit out of everybody there. And this guy, man, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with his arms.
Yeah, I
But he's
can't
got,
put
he
his
shapes him
arms
like in a U,
down.
like straight, like kind of slightly out from his chest. And he doesn't really move them in any way except to clamp down and beat people.
Yeah, they don't stride with.
The elbows are like somehow not working properly.
And yet his performance is still miles past Hulk Hogan.
Very believable.
And so Rip and his crew are hanging out at his mansion, his wrestling mansion, and watching the Battle of the Tough Guys. And his trainer, who appears to have also been Little Mac's trainer from Punch-Out,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
the guy on the
Mike Tyson
bicycle.
goes out.
tells him that he used to train Zeus as well, and that he once killed someone in the ring after the bell. I found this detail to be hilarious.
Did you say he punched him in the brain?
That's hard to do with a wrestler. You gotta find it first.
And Zeus continues to mutilate everyone in the ring, and his powers appear to be having 3/4 of a single monobrow, screaming and breathing out of his nose loudly. And Brell announces that Zeus is the winner of the Battle of the Tough Guys. And so at the WTN board meeting the next day, Brell tells everyone that they were #1 in the ratings. And one member of the board says they received several letters from people upset about last night's show, including one woman that says the Battle of the Tough Guys caused her son to have violent nightmares. But Brell just seems to enjoy this.
They still watched it.
And why did every single complaint written to this guy come on yellow paper with some kind of big black font on it? I don't know.
They were telegrams.
Yeah.
That's how people used to yell.
Back in my day, we went to the telegram station to get our complaints back, Ricky.
Dear Mr. Brell, stop! Zeus really scared my son. Stop! He had emotional, scary dreams last night. Stop!
Stop.
And then Brell gets on the phone. He's like, "Operator, give me anyway.
Operator, give me what?
I don't know.
Train of thought derailed.
Yes, train of thought gone. Podcast fail. So Zeus continues to win additional tough guy matches, and Brell sees Ordway using his new video camera and tells the cronies that this gives him an idea of how he will be able to control both Zeus and Rip, and I'm not sure this ever comes back up in the movie.
I don't think anyone understands technology in Wrestle World or whatever, because fucking Craig pointed out too. He's like, is he fucking recording the match from a television? Camcorder is fixed on a monitor that's airing the fucking match.
VCR bad, camcorder good.
I think we should refer
Well,
to
I
it as
think he had that weird brainwashing gym that Zeus trains in.
Well, yeah, I think that is what it is, but there's
That's all
the
there is to it,
connection
right?
is so tenuous.
Anyway, he apparently has something against the labor industry or something like that, because Zeus is always beating up these like blue collar workers
always in a
who weigh like
construction yard.
400 to 500 pounds.
Yes.
I was telling the guys, it's like, oh, that's the union rep.
And so while this is happening, Rip and Sam are getting ready to go on some sort of overnight trip together, and Rip introduces her to his brother Randy, who is also the deity Jacob from Lost. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Why were they going for the overnight trip? Was that ever established what they were doing
Some kind
exactly?
of promotional something.
Tour or something.
Yeah, no, because I think all we ever fucking really saw was the night they spent. Never really saw
We
where
will
the
get
fuck they were
to.
doing.
Yeah.
There's much to discuss on that night.
And I like how Randy shakes her hand and then he tells her she has a nice grip. He's like, yeah, you got a nice grip.
It's one of his 3 spoken lines in the movie.
And so Rip takes Sam to a diner where he nearly fingers the waitress right in front of her. And then some goons come in and try and rob the place.
Best scene in the movie?
Yeah.
One of the best scenes in the movie anyway. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
The waitress is like flirting with him and everything like that, and she's like, I put on a couple pounds, but I'd still fucking do you.
Pretty much what it came down to.
And it's like, yeah, right, but she take him back to her apartment, he can fucking give her insulin injections.
Hey.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Wait till I'm dead of diabetes
Yes.
first before you tell the joke.
Is this the only armed robbery in history that's ever been defunct by pie?
That was so great. Guy's sitting there with a gun, getting pies lobbed at him, and that somehow defeats him.
I don't think people realize the collateral damage. He fucking rips a stool from its foundation bolts and throws it at one of the motherfuckers. That guy is dead.
And I felt like there's watermelon sitting on the counter, and he very conspicuously does not throw this at the black guy.
So what I love about this is like, between the people who are sitting there, there's probably about $60-$70 in cash. But the property damage he inflicts by saving the ball is probably about $7 to $8 grand easy.
Cleaning the pie off the ceiling.
All by itself, it's gonna put the diner out of business.
I mean, he destroyed at least $40 worth of pies. You know?
Yes.
There were some tables that were destroyed.
Honestly, I want to see a remake of this movie, and I want to see them just like fucking push the shit through the roof. Like when Hulk Hogan throws the fucking pies, I want them to explode like grenades.
You can see the guy's neck suddenly distort backwards. His spine obviously crippled for life as he falls to the ground.
And so when Rip takes out the robbers, this appears to make Sam extremely moist, based on the look on her face. And so at the hotel that night, they realize that they have to share a room. Did I miss something?
Oh, no. Keep going. I'm just dreading it because, I was apologizing to the movie for whatever the fuck I did to deserve this scene.
At the hotel that night, they realize they have to share a room, and the prospect of this seems to dry Sam right back up because she acts like a total biatch. And so while she's in the bathroom, Rip puts a curtain down the middle of the room, and in the bed they talk about how she is lonely because she's always working and doesn't have time to date.
But let's talk about what she was wearing.
Seriously,
And what we're talking about what
she's
he
so
was
concerned
wearing.
with privacy and comes out with her bra and panties on. I
No,
don't
those
understand.
panties, they were like
I thought that was like a pup tent.
It was trying to
I think they're like 1982 pajama panties.
It's like old lady panties when old ladies wouldn't be sexy.
No.
It doesn't work.
No,
at all.
they were the Hulk Hogan short shorts for her.
Looking for her collection.
It was the sports line she was trying to get off the
But
ground.
we're forgetting, like, the Hulkster, like, his fucking bedtime attire.
No,
he's more like
try
a
not to remind me.
Speedo.
He's got he starts off with shorts that have cuts through like the side of them to like V up,
Yeah.
so you can see more of his
Like-
thighs.
Richard Simmons would be embarrassed by that.
Hulk is like leaning over to like dust a dresser or something like that, and you see his taint or his crack, whatever. It's like
Richard
might as
Simmons,
well-
he stopped watching at that point because of the pie fight. It was just too
I
tempting.
can't
Too
handle
offensive.
it. But like they might as well have just played the milkshake song while Hulk was getting
So later that night, she wakes up and the bed is squeaking, and she seems to assume.
Hulk is rubbing one off
Yes.
with a
bed.
fury.
It's like someone put a quarter in the slot and the fucking turned it to vibrator mode.
Oh yeah, brother! Oh yeah, brother!
And she peeps.
He's
around-
actually thinking about his brother. That's the worst part.
Yes. She peers around the curtain and stares at Rip's sweaty, clenched butt while he does push-ups.
Off the side of the bed.
And Rip flops onto the bed and it breaks, and Sam falls into his arms, and she gets pissed off, so he tells her not to be a frigid bitch, and goes to sleep on the couch in the lobby.
But she's doing the push-ups in even tinier.
Yeah, he's got
They're like
mankinis on or whatever.
His under speedos.
No, he has like mankini on or something, like a mankini.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's really embarrassing.
We were all hoping she would not have the courage to pull back the curtain. We were praying that would not happen.
You know what
We
he's
were
doing?
hoping that he actually was masturbating.
Because it was even
What he
worse.
was doing was weird.
large group of Brazilian women in thong bikinis approached him and asked him to dress more modestly.
I'm sorry, but that's if you are sharing a hotel room with Hulk Hogan and the bed starts shaking, do not draw back the curtain. You know what's going on, but you can't handle the rest.
It's funny, she thought he was masturbating, but what he was really doing was so much worse.
Yeah. Wait, he's talking to Andre the Giant? I don't remember him being in the room.
And so the next day we find out that Brel hired Sam to spy on Rip and to seduce him, but she can't do it because she has true feelings for Rip.
I thought it was just because she was a frigid bitch.
Yeah, because Brel's orders were simple. Have unprotected sex with Hulk Hogan, give him AIDS.
What the fuck is this woman's idea of seduction if being a total bitch and trying to ignore someone is the way you try to get into his pants?
Like, yeah, she did not do a good job.
Couldn't do it?
The granny panties.
Yeah, well.
But in one of the greatest parts of the movie, Brel backhands her right across her bitch face. And Sam goes to Rip and confesses to him that she was working for Brel, and Jesus-like, he forgives her.
So, about her, one thing I want to point out is her eye color is fucked up, man.
Her eyes are fucked up.
She's like glowing blue eyes one moment, and then in another scene, she's got like dull green eyes, and it's just weird.
And the shape of her eyes.
It is, it's just weird.
Then she's
Why
got
do her
lazy
eyes
eye?
change?
Oh no, that's Zeus.
Yes.
She becomes a large, bald black man.
Craig is going to have a heart attack on the podcast. It's going to be our greatest ratings. 5 people! Yes. And so after Sam confesses to Rip, this is followed up by a vigorous bout of dry humping on the couch in Rip's rumpus room, which is then interrupted by Zeus calling out Rip on TV and challenging him to a match. And then the next day at the not-so-special Olympics.
Is that... I thought... Does the motorcycle scene not come up yet?
No, that's a little bit later.
Okay.
Which is, what was it called? Rip's Sports Camp?
Or something like that. I love it when he's helping. He's like, there's 2 kids wrestling. He's like, come on, you're all winners. I just found that to be very funny.
God, yeah, and he's the same thing. He's like, he was wearing like the wrestling attire, and I thought he was just gonna like get frustrated and start wrestling one of those kids himself. Just holds them up by their neck and just starts punching them in the face.
Wasn't the motto on one of the shirts "Let one rip"? Or was
Let it rip. Or rip them, I guess. Yeah.
And so Rip and his crew they're helping the kids learn how to mangle each other. And Zeus and Brel land in the middle of everybody in a helicopter.
What kind of douche move is that to show up at a kids' charity event in a helicopter?
Brel has just got like the greatest supervillain boner for Hulk.
Yes.
Like, he is really going out of his way to get his attention.
And so Zeus throws down the gauntlet again, challenging Rip this time in person.
By
And Rip
staring at him with his one eyeball.
And coming out with his awesome threads. He had this freaking big-ass belt buckle with the Z on it.
That was a fucking toaster.
Supposedly, yeah. Z, possibly standing for Zeus, I'm guessing.
Or maybe Zenith Toaster?
And Rip won't respond to Zeus, and Brel laughs and announces that Zeus is the undisputed champion of the world. This make Rip be mad.
Did Zeus even talk during this, or did he just
Did he talk? I was just wondering about that.
No.
Times.
Once again,
He's like Hodor?
Yes.
He just kind of like he lugged his motionless arms towards Rip and just kind of breathed in his face.
Was this when he was wearing the giant shoulder pads?
No, that's at the end. That's the last match. And so at some later point, one of Brel's goons tries to straight up rape Sam in a parking lot, and is only saved when Rip shows up on his motorcycle and runs into the guy, who rides on the front fender until Rip drives him into a tree and then goes back to offer Sam some post-attempted rape comfort.
Yeah, let's not get the police involved. No,
Yeah,
exactly. Let's not
exactly.
do that
Should
shit.
she just stayed there? She didn't think, like, maybe I should run away or go anywhere else?
She had sweaty Hulk Hogan fighting for her honor. She was
Yes.
going to be fine.
Yeah, Craig had mentioned this. Like, whenever Hulk goes into like fight mode, he just starts to like sweat baby oil.
Seriously, it takes nothing for
begins
this
to
man to
glisten.
glisten.
He's like just got a sheen on him.
So Randy and one of Rip's homies, whose name is Craig, by the way.
Was that? I saw Craig in the credits. I couldn't figure out who he was.
They go to watch Zeus fight in an abandoned subway station, and Randy has a very concerned look on his face.
And do you imagine the money they save on like setting and shit like that by just taking these cameras to these abandoned piece of shit areas?
With some sort of machine that just shoots sparks, because those are like...
I really thought they were just renting like old used gay porn sites.
There was like in the background there was like a train, like they were assembling a
They're like
train?
building like a fucking steam engine or something. Yeah,
You know, like what looked like an old sewer complex. I'm not quite sure how that works.
well, it's funny because I like to think that maybe Zeus is more like the Dark Knight Rising and a construction worker or possibly a labor worker had murdered his parents, and he was trying to find the killer, and so he just goes to these random construction sites to go fuck shit up. And he just goes and finds the most obese guy and be like, "You're gonna die. Like, I need my heart pills, please."
All he knows is his parents were murdered by a fat guy with a giant wrench.
That's the two people he fights. The giant wrenches for no reason. I can see.
That guy with
the
a
plan.
giant wrench and one of his overalls snaps undone.
That's the trigger.
And so Randy and Craig try to sneak out after the fight, but they run into Brell, who has his security guard goons kidnap them.
Well, they weren't trying to sneak out. Zeus made a noise, and all the spectators went, "Arr! Me, Zeus!"
Everybody started running.
And they all start booking it out there, and he runs flat into Brell while he's trying to get away.
And then Brell backhands Randy right across his bitch face.
Brell's got one nasty
He
fucking
was
backhand.
ready to have Randy thrown in jail for running into him.
Yes.
Yeah.
It says something about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Peasants, don't touch me.
He forces
dare you.
Randy to fight Zeus, and Randy gets in a couple of licks on Zeus, but then gets his ass beat down because he's Randy, and the other guy is fucking Zeus.
Randy not quite up on the same level by any stretch.
Zeus could be a midget, and Randy could be Shaquille O'Neal, and Randy would still get his ass kicked because his name is fucking Randy.
Hey man, Randy Macho Man Savage, come on,
Yeah.
you can still pull it off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we've seen midgets fight.
Yes.
Crotch shot. That always wins.
Vicious. The bite. Oh, the bite. I still have the marks.
So Rip breaks into Zeus's training gym, and Brell is on the TV monitor, goading Zeus on in some sort of twisted motivational speech. And Rip falls for the old bad guy's reflection in the mirror trick.
How the fuck did that one work? There's a projector behind the mirror that
And he's
projects on the
laughing.
front of the other side of the mirror.
And I guess
lifelike.
there's like some like motion too. So it was
Right,
it was a
'cause it
slide
was like-
projector. It was a slide projector.
Somehow it was a video slide projector holograph maker. I don't know. It was pretty fucking advanced, is what it comes down to.
Well, either way, it fooled Hulk Hogan.
Could have done that with a bad cardboard
I
cutout.
could have just put a fucking piece of printer paper with crayon around it, brown crayon, and a mean-looking face on it, and
Put
Hulk
a
would have tried to
unibrow
fight
on
it.
a brown circle.
You're good.
Shockingly, Craig makes it kind of racist.
Come on, it's
Make
not
sure you have
racist.
Cookie Monster eyes.
Cookie Monster.
Get the googly eyes.
So Rip winds up trashing the place, and then ultimately agrees to fight Zeus after all.
All the executives are in their little sweet room watching it, laughing at him. And then he just like does the javelin thing where he takes up the barbell without the barbells on it and flings it, and it perfectly hits the camera where it just spears it right through, and everybody in the room is suddenly like,
Jump back.
backwards.
Which was this the scene where he was filming the TV?
No, that was
okay.
This is when they were watching him
Trash the
trash
brainwashed
the
Jim.
brainwashed Jim. Yeah.
Yeah. And so Rip then visits Randy, who's in the hospital in a coma. And Randy wakes up, and they both cry an uncomfortable amount of tears.
Can I bring up that Randy has had possibly 2 spoken lines in the movie so far? He's the biggest fucking throwaway pity me character you could ever come up with. He has no substance,
What has he said
no
so far?
relevance.
Nice grip.
Yes.
And don't do what I wouldn't do when they drive off. I think that was his other line. Just so he could lay down and be a comatose pity case. That is his whole fucking sole purpose in this movie.
And don't forget, he's also an orphan.
I didn't realize he was an orphan, but that makes perfect sense.
They mention it in the very first scene when he's
amp up the pity.
Originally, this was going to be a musical.
Yes. Randy with an exclamation point.
Little orphan Randy.
No holds bar. Turn off the dark.
He's gonna tap dance for Hulk Hogan later to make him happy.
It's a hawk. It's a Hulk knock life.
It's no holds barred. Everyone's gonna get thrashed and retarded.
My guns will come out tomorrow.
Beat you down, you stupid bitch, tomorrow.
They'll be Brel.
So Brel announces there will be a battle between Zeus and Rip in the Tough Guys tournament.
Yeah,
And this
still
is the-
didn't change the title of that to make it any more attractive.
Battle of the Tough Guys. Okay.
And this is then followed by a montage of Zeus training and Rip doing physical rehab with the now paralyzed Randy.
He's like, you see Zeus doing like power lifts, he's like doing push-ups and he's doing all this stuff. And you see Hulk Hogan gently bending his brother's foot.
Yes.
Changing Randy's diaper.
I like when Randy has like the polio crutches and he's like, so great.
And you would have think that like his Mike Tyson Punch-Out coach would have just been like, "Hey man, like Zeus like rapes people for breakfast, you know?" And he's like, "You should really train for this upcoming fight." Did you see what he did to that waitress when he busted the wall down?
So Brel tells the WTN board members that he has a plan and there's no way Rip will be able to win the match. And Brel then has his men kidnap Sam while she's bringing Randy to the venue.
Oh,
and
man.
Brel tells Rip on the phone that he has to throw the match after he makes it look good for about 10 minutes.
That was some like SI9 kind of shit there, where they like the two guys walk out and then the two guys who were standing next to her suddenly turn around, push her back in the elevator, and no one really notices while she screams and they go away. And
Randy's in a wheelchair, paralyzed.
Yeah, he has that other line where it's like, "What's going on back there?" Why did you like at least take
How
one
could
hand to wheel the wheelchair around?
You're not pushing me anymore.
So at the bout, Rip comes into the ring while the rest of the crew, except Randy, who is now completely useless, due to being paralyzed and all, and the rest of his crew, they all look for Sam. And Zeus comes into the ring looking like one of the Road Warriors and/or a stainless steel crab.
he was fucking Vegeta.
Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
He's fucking shoulder
That's
pads
what the
that come
Z
out
stands for.
3 fucking feet from each shoulder.
And he immediately knees Rip in the place where his balls used to be.
Rip then became the top of his head.
Rip then continues to get his ass kicked by Zeus, and Randy, whose tear ducts apparently are not paralyzed. He cries and he says, "Come on, Rip! Try!"
So useless of a character.
Meanwhile, Randy struggles to lift his pinky.
Yeah, Hulk's like reaching out for him, and I think he wanted to curl all his fingers and point to Randy and be like, "This is your fault."
So meanwhile, Sam is able to escape Brel's men by walking out the door.
That was exactly what happened too.
Something they seem to have made no plans to counteract.
Oh my god, she defeated us.
Rip sees on the match clock that only a few minutes have passed and decides to fight back against Zeus.
Can we mention that the match clock doesn't really move as you know when a clock?
It's like 9:07.
It didn't even start with 10 minutes before they started fighting. It was like
weird.
9:06 or whatever, and it was 9:06, 12 minutes into the fight.
Which, can we also mention that she can't get away from them because it takes the elevator longer to move 20 flights than it does 3 guys down 20 flights of stairs?
These are not physically fit people either. These are like Jewish dudes who look like they see a gym, they go, "Oy vey!"
Couple of mall cops.
Yeah,
And she's like looking at the elevator like it's stopping and asking for directions or anything. I'm like, it's going down at the same rate. It's not going to just go slower 1 second.
I put in my notes, it says Sam would be able to fully escape Brel's thugs, but it appears that she does not know how to operate an elevator. So Zeus literally dismantles part of the ring and tries to use it to impale Rip, who rolls out of the way at the last second.
We gotta talk about that too, because that just fucking. He takes one of the posts in the corner, like this big metal post,
It's just a pole,
and
yeah.
he rips off half of it somehow. I don't know exactly how that works. Raises it above him to commit what should be considered, I don't know, a crime anywhere outside of the world.
That is pretty
Ailment
much,
of a guy.
very much
that's pretty
murder.
frowned
Wasn't
upon.
that the only rule of tough guy wrestling? Was like
can't kill
don't
somebody?
murder anybody.
Yeah, apparently
Otherwise,
that
everything
rule is
else is
flexible.
okay.
As long as the ref's not looking, it's okay. I'm pretty sure that's how wrestling
I
works.
think Zeus thought he was going to get maple syrup to come out.
We just tap Hulk Hogan.
This is where baby oil comes from.
That could be viable.
So Zeus then follows up this move by merely trying to tear Rip's head off at the hinges.
Didn't he like break his neck? It looks like he totally snapped his neck at one
Yeah,
point.
exactly. Well, no, because
Like
remember,
that.
I think this was him honoring his promise to Brell, because Brell said after 10 minutes you go down. And so
Yes.
Hulk went face to crotch and honored his part of the deal.
That boy could suck the chrome off a toaster. I know that because you could see the wear on the belt buckle.
I'm going to give you the best blowjob of your life, brother.
But Rip begins to Hulk out when he sees that his wrestling has caused an actual miracle and that Randy can move one pinky.
Barely. It's like a twitch.
Wasn't he fucking walking in the last couple
Yeah.
scenes?
So Rip's manager, Charlie, tries to get Zeus to go easy on Rip, but Zeus just kicks him in the face and nearly knocks out Rip at the same time. And the crowd starts to chant, "Rip him! Rip him! Rip him!" which is a terrible chant. So by this point, Rip is in ultimate Hulk out mode, and Zeus can see the sweaty Ripley writing on the wall, and it says, 24-inch pythons, brother! And Rip knocks Zeus clean out of the ring, and he goes over and kicks, and Zeus then goes over and kicks Randy out of his wheelchair.
Kicks him in the chest.
And the audience
fucking
cheers.
God.
It's not even a joke. That's in this movie, and it's fucking awesome.
It should just be fucking Weekend at Randy's. Tape him up, put some glasses on him.
Amazingly, this only seems to make Rip more angry.
Well, it's funny because I thought Zeus was just going to go climb up a skyscraper and start swatting down biplanes with his fists.
You can't say
all
that,
that
Joel.
therapy I did for nothing.
So Zeus knocks Rip down a couple more times and starts to celebrate prematurely, and Rip takes him down with several shots to the face.
Yeah, like pulls his legs out from under him, drags him under one of those rail guards, and just starts punching him in the face.
And in the control room, Brell cannot believe this turn of events and begins ripping the electronic equipment out of the walls in fits of rage.
Killing his own feed.
Yeah, you know, his ratings kind of went downhill when it all went to white fuzz.
I think that was his whole point, is he didn't want it broadcast.
Yeah.
Right, because he didn't want Rip to win.
And so Rip knocks Zeus into the ring from the ledge next to the control room.
And the ring becomes a donut all of a sudden. This giant hole just opens up in the middle for no particular reason.
Sarlacc pits.
Yes. With a double axe handle.
Like, how did
to
no
the
one
dome.
notice the giant tiger pit in the center of the fucking ring?
And then he goes after Brell, who backs up into the exposed wiring on the wall and is
Oh,
electrocuted.
man. Taking
to
electronic
death.
enema.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Had his arm behind his back like he was shoving something up there.
I think he was trying to pull something out.
His gold.
And so Rip descends the stairs of the arena, and the crowd goes wild, and he hugs Randy, who's now healed through the power of Hulkamania.
And it was cemented as his love interest.
And the credits roll.
Doesn't he give the shocker at all or anything like that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the-
he
that's
does.
the-
Just like busts out that like knuckle shocker or whatever.
You know,
Yeah.
I have never been a wrestling fan, but
Yeah.
man, this movie kind of won me over.
This movie's so great.
So ridiculous.
Great.
Recently, I was introduced to some of the comedic soap opera that is wrestling. This guy at work was really into it, and I kept making fun of him all the time. And he's like, well, just watch this. And he showed me the scene. I have no idea who these people were, but it was one pro wrestler, and his father had died, and they were like burying his father
Yeah.
at like a cemetery. And then the other guy comes and jumps on his father's coffin. hooks it hooks, like he's being like dragged. I can't even describe exactly what's happening. But he jumps on the coffin after like attaching chains to it, and they drag his father's coffin away with him hanging onto it. And I'm like, man, there is something to this.
I am in.
Yeah. There is a lot of that kind of weird shit that goes on in wrestling when they're trying to build up hype. They throw no punches. They just, anything goes. They just do all sorts of crazy shit.
So the one...
No holds barred.
Yes. A lot of people are really into that Lucha Underground show on Warrior Network. A lot of people are really into that these days.
Is it actual luchadors?
Uh-huh. Yeah, but it's shot even more like a regular, like, dramatic TV show.
Oh, that's great. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Is it all in Spanish? Or
No, it's in English. Anybody have any Schlock Talks do's or don'ts? STDs?
Do listen to this song at the end of No Holes Barred. Put it on your iPod.
I went and saw Mad Max Thunder Fury Road last night.
Same here.
And it was awesome.
It's
We're all
awesome.
gonna go watch it here again.
Yeah, we're going tonight.
It's great.
I watched the show last night. It's called like Wandering Pines. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, the Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon. Everybody's in this movie or this TV show. It's kind of like, it reminded me of like a twist between like Twin Peaks and Lost. Like you don't know what's going on yet. It's weird. But it was all right.
It might not be that good though because it's
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yes.
Shamalama. And like, I guess as always, Matt Dillon is a complete slime, right? That's like his role.
That's his role, yeah.
Abby, you have anything?
Well, if I learned anything from this movie, I would say just don't dookie your pants.
That's a given.
That's a pretty good schlock don't.
I failed.
In case you didn't know, don't shit your pants. Good advice. I think that's advice we can all take.
In case you didn't know, that is very much...
It was an accident.
That is very much a risk of driving a limo. At any given time, your passenger could Hulk out.
Or you could just get overwhelmed by the Hulk celebrity that's in your car, Like, it's like, oh my gosh, it's Hulk Hogan. I just shit my pants!
I've lost complete control of the steering wheel and my bowels.
I'm pretty sure Hulk Hogan's son took driving lessons from that guy. Oh, yeah. Well, if you know what happened there, his son managed to crash and kill his best friend in the car, and it was sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
All right, so anything else?
I did see another movie. I saw Ex Machina, and that's a pretty good movie.
Oh, I hated it.
You hated it?
I didn't like it.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
It's good.
Boring.
Go check it out. It's good.
Just watch Beyond the Light Rainbow again. You'll be fine.
I've seen that 4 times.
Yeah, just watch that again.
It's time to move on.
You'll like it more. Okay, cool. So check out our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Like us on Facebook. We'll actually have a working website at some point in the future.
We keep telling you that. Suckers.
It's a good thing there's low expectations for us all around.
Oh, and then the next episode we're doing Dungeons and Dragons. What's it called?
2, right?
Number 2. I don't remember the name of it exactly, but
Okay.
yeah, why not?
Craig.
let's do
Craig is going to be doing all the.
We're going to be doing the
lifting
notes.
on this.
All right,
I
I'll
love
do
it.
the notes.
All right. Yes.
He's going to be the MC.
Yes.
DM.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
That's going to be awesome.
I meant masturbating creep. But...
That's not entirely untrue.
Awesome. So we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Are you going to be back?
Yeah,
Someday.
Abby, you got to come and do some more.
Yeah, you were awesome.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.